We're just going to meet Jerry down here.
That's what he said.
So what are these offices like? Do they think they're going to be like good enough for us to use it? Or is it?
Don't get your hopes up, that's all I'm saying.
It's not going to
Have
be
you seen
like
the offices in like LA Law? Do you remember them?
Escape for Precinct 13? Escape for Precinct 13? Assault in Precinct 13?
Aye, so.
Escape for New York?
Aye, don't get too excited about them.
Alright.
Only offices in name. They're good enough for us, we just need something to write.
It's exciting though, it's a step up, innit? It's like beautiful Dumbarton, you're going to move here and we've got beautiful offices now.
Well, offices.
It better be, I mean, they're 50 quid a month, mate, it better be something.
It is something.
Is it through this tunnel?
Just it. Very long train.
It was on my dad's.
All of them.
Aye.
And they don't mention anybody else in this office mind that we make fucking video game stuff.
Hey, what is the cover story?
They're all artists and stuff.
What is the cover story? What is it we say we make?
I've not told them, so just say we're media.
Why? No, I don't say we're media. Why don't we say we're graphic design?
But they
Just
make.
that, we're graphic design. You
No,
can
they're
hat.
graphic designers.
I mean, it looks like, you know, you've designed a hat.
They might Google that. I shouldn't have worn them.
Are we vets here if we need to get Jerry food?
You've got a vets, you've got a pharmacy, you've got the job centre.
If we need to put Jerry down in there, we need to get Jerry's methadone in there. We're laughing.
And if he needs to get a 7th job, we can take him to the job centre.
We'll get a wee nip comb for him, we'll give him a wee comb out before we let him in.
I thought that went away. There he is.
Hey,
How you sound?
Good, good.
here we are.
When he's getting changed?
What are you talking about?
Because an office.
We're going to the office. Why are you not wearing your office clothes?
Are you actually wearing actual office clothes?
You're not wearing...
What the fuck is this?
Imagine I did that to you.
It's
Imagine
a
you just
fucking
got someone and
picnic.
start...
It's like a picnic table. He's got a fucking picnic table.
Listen guys, this is office. Did you not know how to office?
Come on, let's get
I've got a cardigan on.
Hey, we're going to do this list.
She's in.
Yeah, don't want... Listen, I've told them we're graphic design, so just do what I do, okay? I've been in offices before.
Control. That's all anyone wants, isn't it? To be in control. And that search is exactly what Remedy are serving up for us here. And when you hear that Remedy are teaming up with Microsoft, you get a bit excited, don't you? Anyway, it's always a wee bit dangerous getting your hopes up though, that's the problem. But let's have a look at this. It's a third-person narrative-based shooter. You play Jessie Fadden, who finds herself in the oldest house, which is the name of the headquarters for the Federal Bureau of Control. Jessie's trying to find her brother, who was taken by the FBC, and also in many ways she's trying to find herself as well, all while dealing with the Hiss, a mysterious otherworldly entity or entities that have taken over the oldest house and possessed and murdered most of the agents from the FBC. Like, it's a super creepy game. You can tell that, with awesome sound design. I mean, the possessed agents floating around and chanting makes you as comfortable as a long hug with your dad. Brilliant lighting effects as well mean that no matter what unfolds, it always looks like it's straight out of a classic horror film. And the oldest house itself is a major character. It's a huge, mysterious building that's constantly shifting and changing and revealing itself and bestowing its powers on Jessie as she uncovers more and more and more. Initially I wasn't sure if the story was going to grip me actually. There was too many mysteries and too slow of a pace for the reveal. But it really, you know, a slow pace like that can put you off, can't it? But the intrigue did draw me in the end. It's the setting and the direction that are undeniably wonderful. When you enter like any new zone, bold letters slam onto the screen like a dropped grand piano. It's menacing, it's unsettling. All the floating bodies of the possessed agents chanting in almost every room. In terms of Jessie's powers, there's nothing particularly new here. Telekinesis, levitation, gun battles. You know, we've seen all this kind of stuff before. And to be honest with you, the movement isn't all that great. The crouching and hiding behind walls was more likely just to get you glued to an object and then blasted because you didn't bolt from the danger in time. So you're often better off just running around and blitzing your weapons. But I found that the battling large creatures and baddies and things like that, I actually even lost the camera altogether and often ended up jumping off a cliff in the heat of battle. But that's all easily forgiven when you're investing in the world. I love this really bizarre 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s classic FBI feel. Like, what era is it? It's modern, but it's still familiar. And the difficulty ramps up perfectly as you have new powers and as those skills are discovered and you power up your weapons. The puzzles are great too. Sometimes there's some really cryptic shit going on here. Sometimes you actually had to spot that it was a puzzle that was right in front of you in the first place. There's loads of great detail in the videos, the notes that you pick up, things that are left lying around, even the random stuff that's written on a whiteboard in an abandoned room is worthy of a little snoop because there's clues everywhere to uncovering these mysteries. I sometimes did feel that the detailing of the actual enemies was a bit of a mishmash. There was too much detail and it made it quite hard to appreciate what you were actually battling, especially when you're fighting floating guys, and a lot of the battling's happening from range as well, so you're missing out on appreciating the fantastic detail that's gone into this game. It feels like a big budget game. It's got big ideas and at times it can be a little bit overwhelming, but its secret is how it draws you in slowly, dragging you deeper into a bizarre world that feels horrifyingly familiar. Now that's Control.
It will get you through the maze so you can do your job.
Thing with the shared working spaces thing, it's just shit paranoid that somebody's going.
But don't worry about it, like, just follow my lead, okay? Because I've been in offices before. Okay?
Has anybody actually played that KFC dating thing?
The KFC dating game?
No. Tell me about it, it sounds
I don't know
amazing.
anything about it. I need to ask. I don't know whether it's the food you're dating or whether it's Colonel Sanders you're dating or...
Sit down. Let me start this. How's your dating going?
No, it went. It came and then it went.
But successful?
No,
I'm married
again.
How do you judge success?
Well, this thing happens in
if
the
it
dating
happened-
apps where you have like a short window when you first sign up to them, and you don't realise this until you use them, where there's all active members. But then after you get through the active members, you're in this kind of phantom zone of people who used the app like 5 years ago but don't even look at it anymore.
So you've
just
got through,
swiping through ghosts. That's what it is.
You've got through all the active members.
Aye.
Why hasn't anybody gamified it properly? Like,
Well,
you
it
know,
sounds like
when-
Ryan's completed it, so he has gamified it.
You know, like dates and
I've got the
level up.
bad ending though. I've got one of the bad endings.
Have you got any more set up?
No, I'm honestly nothing. Not even a match.
Not even a match.
One decent date with a nice lassie. That's all I've had.
But how many? Like, I don't know how it works, but how many swipes have you done?
I don't know how it works,
They
but
could get
memories,
matched.
right?
If you know what I mean, it's not like it's.
How many people have I swiped? How many people have I liked?
How many lasses have you swiped?
Hunters. Literally hunters. Probably over 1,000. I have had
That's
like
brutal.
I have had like a few, like a handful of conversations, but
Oh my god, because legitimately I'm like, tell me these stories, I want to vicariously live through you, I want to hear about the dating scene again, and then when you hear stuff like that, like,
It's brutal.
That's-
no, it's just
that's
like,
not the dating
no,
scene.
you go through this like
Aye.
there's maybe like 15 conversations in my Bumble app, and it's all conversations that have just gone dead. Like
Aye.
going well, and then nothing, dead, nothing. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
but you showed me a little bit of your conversations, and you go dark early, don't you? You go for like an odd sense of humour very
I
early.
have got an odd sense of humour, but I
Yeah,
can't
no, you
help
should
that.
repress that and hide that.
This is basically Ryan's descent into being an incel happening. This is where it starts.
Are they guys no rich? I think they're that a different group. They're
It's
incels.
a different group, that, I think. Yeah.
They've got nothing going for them, the incels.
No.
That'll be me, I know.
Yeah. It's good.
Right, let's
It's
go.
positive.
Anyway, let's go.
Let's do
Anyway,
this.
we're in an
Let's-
office now, so that's good. That's
Let's
a
have-
positive step.
Let's have fonder memories.
Is that running?
Yeah.
Is it running? Aye, it's running. Right, okay.
Shit.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, just don't mind the table.
Just die this table.
Right, who top 5 Hello, right, what? Alright, brilliant. Here's the Consolevania top 5 real life gaming memories. Just to clarify what that means, basically we're just reflecting on games that we played. You know, Untitled Goose Game is a game that everybody's been raving about, right? I've seen famous celebrities talk about it. It's got to be a masterpiece, right? Well, here is my review of Untitled Goose Game, where you're going to get the real down low on this game, because, you know, some people just attach too much hype to stuff. They get too carried away. They get, you know, the zeitgeist starts to drag them through a hedge backwards and they go all crazy. But I'm here to give you the straight shooting about Untitled Goose Game. Now let me think, what's the best way of doing this? What is the best way of doing that? I'm scared. I'll hold right at his bum. Will we leave him alone now? Can you go honk honk?
Honk honk.
Honk honk.
Honk honk. Hey, some telephones.
What are these? I think these are called walkie-talkies.
They're not switch on, Daddy. They're not switch on.
No, they don't seem to be switched on.
No. We need some apples.
We need some apples. The apples are quite up high. Let's see if I can try. Oh.
Oh.
Hey! Just try to hit me with a stick. Honk honk. Can you go honk honk?
Honk honk.
Honk honk.
Honk honk.
I mean, that sums it up right. It is a masterpiece. I mean. Where are you sitting?
I don't sit anywhere, I use a standing desk.
Don't throw out the boxes, that's what I'll say once you move in.
You sleep on the sofa?
I'm going to need the boxes. Yeah.
No, not that much.
When does your switch arrive?
Hopefully.
So that'll be another thing you
the
own.
day or tomorrow. There's things inside the boxes, it's not just boxes.
Moving into a new house and you've got a Nintendo Switch coming in the post, you can't beat that, can you?
I'm excited about getting the Switch just so I can kind of play it while I'm packing. You know what I mean? Playing old Zelda while I'm packing my stuff up.
Alright. Could get emotional though if you did that. Did you play Link's Awakening on the Game Boy?
I did, but I've got very little memory of it.
Have you played it? Mm-hmm. I've got confession to make, boys. I've never played it.
What was the first Zelda game you played?
First Zelda game I played? Link to the Past, I think. No, it wasn't. It was Legend of Zelda on the NES. Kenny's Nintendo it was. When he was staying, when he was a wee tiny wee boy, and he had that Zelda game, and he had the WWF game where you got to be, you were you in it. Like your wrestler was called You. That was his name. With black hair and black pants. He had that, and he had a stealth F something bomber game as well, where neither of us could ever even take off in it. We could then just crashed on takeoff.
Was it just a line? Was it just
it was just like
one of them?
It was one of them ones. And then Zelda. Aye.
I still don't like Zelda.
Why are you not a fan of it? I don't get it.
I don't know, I think there's something personal. I don't like Zelda and I don't like cake.
You don't like cake?
But I like Theatres.
You don't like cake?
I don't like cake.
Do you like ice cream?
Uh-huh. Of course I like ice cream.
I'm no mad on ice cream.
And you like Zelda? Maybe these things are connected.
Like ice cream and you like Mario, but you don't like Zelda or cake.
Exactly.
That's fucking weird.
There will be a connection.
How much do you like Mario though?
Quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, quite a bit.
There we go.
Not as much as I don't like Zelda though. It feels disproportionate. But I like Theatres. Theatres are good.
I'm playing I'm still playing Astral Chain, but I'm there's just too much, you know. I've got too much going on, things to play wise. Too much.
I was trying to talk him into getting a laptop as well so he could play Steam games. As if there's not enough already to play.
No,
I'm not sure you need to get Steam as much nowadays because the crackers are turning up on the Switch so quickly that you maybe just wait for them to go to the Switch. Because Blasphemous...
Certainly in terms of indie stuff, aye.
Obviously that's what I'm talking about.
Switch is just the most convenient way for me to play games.
Me enough.
I've actually got to the stage where I need to remember to plug it back into my telly. I'd kind of forgotten, you know, that way I've played Mario Odyssey almost exclusively on the big screen, and then I can take it. Well, I had forgotten. I was so busy playing it like a console, and then I'd forgotten it was handheld, and then now I almost exclusively play
the other way of it.
handheld. I need to plug it back in.
I quite fancy one of these Switch lights still. Which is weird. I don't know. I mean, it does less, but I still fancy it. I don't know why.
Because they're geniuses, they know what they'll do. They'll just make it look nice and you want it.
So your Switch even lighter, it just doesn't even play any games. I kind of want that.
I was farting about with my mates' kids' Labo sets. They're geniuses.
Yeah.
I've still not tried them.
Have you not got the robot one?
Have I got the robot one?
Aye.
No, you would think I would.
Yeah.
Because I do love robots. But, no. It feels as if me and Ryan had cornered the market in cardboard robots anyway, so...
Yeah, sure.
In fact, I'm surprised that Nintendo didn't come to us for a wee tie-in.
Too much swearing.
Aye, that's it, innit?
Swearing and nudity, they're no one ever.
I think that something got lost in the messaging about Daemon X Machina. I don't think Nintendo really knew how to sell this game to its wide Nintendo Switch audience. Because in truth, what Daemon X Machina is a game for people like me, who used to be into games like Armored Core Silent Line, Armored Core Last Raven, or the big robot games that I used to play on the PlayStation 2. I used to import them for Japan. And let me tell you about this, folks. I'd import them for Japan and I'd have to go into game FAQs and I'd have to download big translations, and you were having to use the translations to go through all these parts for robots because you had to build up your robot, and it was just so much information. It was an incredible amount of work, but it was well worth it because there's really no games like the Armored Core games until now. Until this. Now, Daemon X Machina is a game that's been quite interesting. It hasn't reviewed badly, but it hasn't reviewed brilliantly well either. It's been getting like kind of 7, 8 out of 10 for people, and some places have been getting it like much lower than that. Now, I'm quite angry with those people that give this game low scores because I have been loving my time with this game. Let's start with the basic stuff that anybody can appreciate. The game looks beautiful. The art design is, I mean, I just think it looks gorgeous, the game. Everything's kind of, it's no realistic looking, it's kind of cell shaded almost. You get a kind of cell shaded vibe for it. It's not quite cell shaded, it's kind of hyper realistic looking. It's on neons and stuff. The robot designs are great, the big mechs look great, and that's this is me here, by the way, jumping into my robot as my baldy head there. That's me. I'm looking quite trim, I'm looking in good shape. Daemon X Machina does a very interesting thing. That's the first thing I want to talk about, is that it lets you create a character, and it has a really good character creator as well. So you create a character, you create a human who is going to be operating this machine. But then, as you... Wait a minute, before we go any further. Wait, you hear this, lassie?
just wish everyone would die.
I mean, I love that part. You know what I mean? That's what you're looking for. That's what I'm looking for in my games. That's the kind of character. You know, games like The Last of Us 2 and all that are going to be doing amazing storytelling. That's amazing storytelling to me. Just some wee lassie saying she wants everybody to be dead while she's wearing a mad cosplay costume. That's all I need for my games. Alright? Anyway, as I was saying, the game lets you create a human character who is going to go inside this big robot, right? And so you make this human character, might look like yourself, but then as you enhance your abilities and you level up your abilities, you start to become less human. You start to adapt your human character. Suddenly he has weird cybernetic eyes, and then he has big things clamped to. He has a robot arm and all that. Suddenly it looks like fucking Robocop, right? And it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting transhuman thing happening in this game that I really, really like. Makes you think about your upgrades. It always warns you. It's like you're going to significantly alter your appearance if you do this. And you're like, well, I want to be better at locking on with my missile, so I'm going to do it. This is the game here, by the way, in operation, and the game is really exciting. I mean, I find it really exciting to play. You can feel with each mission you play, you can handle your robot better. The different builds that you use, you start to get used to them. My big mech here, I like to use these down boosters that give me greater mobility. It means I don't have a weapon. I could have a special weapon there, but instead I like the mobility. And you know, you can approach this game in so many different ways. You can spec up your mech in different ways for the missions. The missions easy and really gently as well. The early missions are quite easy. I would say they're easy. Look at how beautiful this looks. Look at this beautiful forest here and all these buildings, and it's gorgeous. Easy missions at the start builds up to more difficult missions where you really need to take new loadouts in order to get past it. And the story as well is interesting. You know, the story is interesting. It plays out really slowly. It develops through conversations with these characters, and if you have the patience for reading the conversations, listening to all the chat, then a really interesting story develops here. You know, it's not going to be winning any awards, but you know, it's a fascinating, very Japanese, very mech anime game story, and I really enjoyed it. I love the character designs. I love the fact you can take on these free missions and take out some of your buddies with you, some of your favourite wingmen, and essentially, if you are looking for a game where, look at that lightning, look at the stylistic way they've done the lightning here. Watch this. You see when the lightning flashes. That's cool, right? It's just a cool game. I think the game is just cool, and the action set pieces themselves are incredibly exciting. Some of the giant boss battles are just so intense, you know, really, really intense and really quite thrilling. And a lot of that thrill comes from your own abilities. A lot of that thrill comes from how well you can negotiate the level by piloting your own craft. So you really start to feel a certain affinity for your big robot, you know? You love your big robot. And you can feel yourself getting better and better with every mission that you play. There is a huge amount of content in this game. A huge amount of content. This is me outside my robot, by the way. This is a mission where I'm sneaking into a base to steal a big mech. Just running about my own baldy head, getting shot by a lot of fucking flying drones. Very difficult when you're outside your robot. Very difficult to survive outside your robot. You want to be inside your robot, ideally. I'm excited about player versus player multiplayer coming into this. I think that'll be great fun when you can take your robot out against your pals' robots. I like painting up your robot with different paint jobs and stuff. I know this game isn't going to be for everybody. I know you might be watching this right now and thinking to yourself, nah, this isn't for me. Look at my mad eyes, by the way. Look, see my mad eyes? I've started to turn myself into an AI, you know. That's really, you know, that's what the story's kind of all about, you know. It's the interesting stuff you'll be hearing in this. It's not going to be for everybody, this. But if you're a person who likes, how would I put this? If you're a person who likes those games that are ridiculously ambitious for how niche they are, if you know what I mean. This is a beautifully designed, beautiful art, great fun game that is really for quite a niche audience. People like me who loves flying about inside big robots in a computer game, and you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun with it if you're a guy like me. Daemon X Machina, it was kind of sent out there and kind of, I think, maybe forgotten about by a lot of people, but man, this is a cracking game that takes me right back to the PlayStation 2 days. Takes me right back to my Silent Line days, my Last Raven days, my Game FAQs days. It's not for everybody though, I mean, God, I've been talking about it for fucking 8.5 minutes, man. Talking about fucking giant robots. The weird thing when I was, there was this guy who was online, I can't mind his name, but he lived in Japan and he was mad into his giant robots, and we used to talk into the wee hours of the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, online, just talking about different loadouts for our Armoured Core robots. I mean, to think there was a time when I used to be able to spend hours online talking to a stranger in Japan about how to build a fucking robot up. It's fucking insane, man.
Did you see anything of the Death Stranding footage? 'Cause I never saw it. What was it like? I know that he's invented a new genre, I know that much, but I don't know what this new genre looks like.
It looks brilliant. I mean, that's what I'm going to say anyway.
Imagine inventing a new genre. Imagine
It does it all the time.
accidentally or on purpose. On purpose. I can imagine
It just
accidentally.
turns up with them after a weekend.
You know what I love about Kojima, right? Even though he's like the king, right? He's the most, and he's like, you know, he's the big man, right? But he still has just that vibe of being like an indie designer, kind of almost, like, you know what I mean? He's like just all the wee things that he's been shown for Death Stranding. It just looks like wee quirky things, like some guy making a game for the first time would maybe try. You know what I mean? But also the thing that excites me most about Death Stranding, and this is the thing everybody's criticising it for, it seems to be in advance, is that they're all going, kind of doesn't look as if there's anything there. Just this guy walking about this map, there's nothing there. And Kojima is saying, look, well, this is going to be a really lonely game, like you're going to feel really lonely walking about in the world.
But that's what my life's like, I can't double up.
I just love that in a game. I think that's why I love like Dark Souls and Demon Souls and all that as well. I think it's the feeling of loneliness that's in it. You know, you feel like you're completely on your own.
You feel vulnerable, don't you? Do you feel vulnerable?
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
Which is weird for us, you know, as... I think the older you get, Kojima's obviously... he's older than us, right?
Which is ridiculous in itself.
But he's not that much older, he's in that same period of life as us probably, where you start to... I think you start to get a wee bit obsessed with kind of themes of loneliness and isolation and stuff like that. I think you do, you know what I mean? Even though, you know, you have families and you have, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think you're aware of how fragile the strands of life are, you know what I mean?
You can feel alone in the crowd, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. There's a lot to do. I mean, I've done a fair bit of going about Edinburgh since I've been staying there, but it's amazing in a city with such a variation of different types of people. Like, you can walk down the street and you hear like 5 different languages. And it's strange to be in a city like that, or it can enhance being in a city like that, feeling lonely, to see that variety of people, but not be able to interact with them. It can be really isolating.
And how lonely do you think Kojima must be? Because he's a game developer, right? Which is, I think for a lot of them, it's quite a solitary pursuit anyway. he'll be playing and playing and playing his game, right? He's in Japan as well, which culturally loneliness is a factor in Japan. You know what I mean? It's like culturally loneliness is deeply embedded into the Japanese psyche, right? And he's a man of that age who, you know, is going to be processing and dealing with all that stuff, with loneliness and isolation and stuff like that, because I think all day, and also he's a celebrity as well. So, you know, it's that weird thing. It's that he's got rock bands visiting him, and he's a nerd as well. He's got rock bands visiting him and all that, and going like, oh, here we are with Kojima and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Photos with him and celebrities and big actors, oh, me and Kojima and stuff, but you know, a kind of sense of loneliness comes with that as well, and that kind of surface engagement you've got with people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, once the picture's happened, there's almost like no need for them anymore. Oh, picture, cheers, cut the strings, off you go.
That's what I'm saying, so I can't wait for Death Stranding, because you know the guy's going to say something. I mean, have you played Metal Gear Solid 2 recently?
Not recently, but I know it.
Like, the amazing thing about Metal Gear Solid 2 is just how strongly it is a prediction of how the fucking world is developed. Do you know what I mean? And the time since, and it's
in what way?
Just in the sense because Metal Gear Solid 2 was all about like communication through memes, like mimetic communication, and how that was going to basically mind control through memes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's talking about this stuff long before the notion of meme had even entered the mainstream, do you know what I mean?
He was also talking about big giant robot dinosaurs and stuff like that as well. I mean, they didn't happen.
Yeah, mate.
I think I know that guy from somewhere. I've seen him in something. Listen to the drum and this music. It's like you're right there. That's what this game's like. It's like you're right there. It's like a wee pop-up play happening right in front of your face, just for you. I accidentally made myself sad a couple of weekends ago by organising to do touristy stuff around Edinburgh by myself, and then in the process of doing that realised that I'd done all of that in sunnier times. So it was making me wonder, should you polish up memories? Legends of Zelda, Link's Awakening, that's my favourite room, that baby room. I just stand there sometimes. Remember in games you knew you were nearly finished because your inventory was full? It was that simple. Games were that simple. The original Link's Awakening is definitely a game I've played, but it's one of the games that I played in like catch-up mode. Enjoyed it, but didn't have any particular fond memories. Didn't have anything happening in my life really, other than I was playing loads of games. But with this one, feeling this point of life, feeling life in your own 2 feet, it's a fucking window into. Not going to help him. Should I know? Am I not meant to be a good guy? I think he wanted that honeycomb. Who the fuck am I in this game? Did I just take that thing that guy wanted? That's what it looked like. He's put that down. Guy's a hooligan. I don't know who's got it better actually. The people who are playing this with muscle memory and enjoying the upgrade, or folk like me who either haven't played the original or can't really remember much of it, getting to enjoy it more or less fresh. What we can be sure is that both of us are better off than the folk who are complaining about the frame rate. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe it's a digital download thing they're moaning about. I didn't notice. Whee! This is all the open world you need, in my opinion. And it's fun. It's just really, really, really good fun. And distracting when you're trying to pack boxes, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking, because I reluctantly, like, with a lot of hesitation, bought a new Switch and paid 50 bloody notes for this remake. I needn't have worried. It's perfect. It's just perfect to be in it. The music's beautiful. It looks amazing. It's so much fun to play. I'm wondering if it's because I play so many indie games that I'm just used to accepting rough edges here and there. Something won't work somewhere or other. Something won't look right or won't play right, or there'll be jagged edges, but that's not. It's nothing perfect. How do they do it? Where are Nintendo mining their magic dust for? It's a wee game. Just a tiny wee game. 50 notes for a tiny wee game, but it's so rich and tactile and satisfying. And above all else, fun. Really, really, really good fun to play. In my opinion, I don't think we're building enough. That is outrageous, the price of that bow and arrow set. Yeah, in my I've left some of the game over music because you got good game over music, you've got yourself a good game, that's the rules. In my opinion, we're not building enough statues and shrines to Nintendo. I think we'd all chip in, well, we probably would chip in if we weren't all skint because they're charging 50 quid for a fucking remake. It's unbelievable, but it's really unbelievable. Who does this? Who takes a much loved, precious to a lot of people, who takes a game like that and remakes it and improves it? I suppose, obviously, I recommend it. Despite being 50 quid, despite having to buy the Switch as well, it's so good that I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to play it, especially now, because it's perfect. I think that's probably why we play games, because they're no life, they can be perfect, and this one is.
Alright, brilliant. Here's the Consolevania top 5 real life gaming memories. Just to clarify what that means, basically we're just reflecting on games that we played that we have attached to good memories or significant memories.
In real life.
In real life.
No in the game.
And then we've made a list for you to enjoy.
And dating apps don't count as a game.
Dating apps.
And there's no good memories.
We don't want Ryan to mention anything. Ryan's doing some dating now.
Don't mention it.
We don't want him to mention his dating apps. Right, let's go then. Who's going to go first with number 5?